I feel like a huge fear that a lot of human beings have that they don't realize they have is the fear of being insignificant. Like, kind of think of being significant and being insignificant on like a similar plane, like a similar vibration, frequency, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to label it as. While they're at two different ends or two different spectrums, they're essentially the same because they're on the same plane, the same energy, the same frequency. Well, not necessarily the same frequency, but I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. But the same plane. Um, you want to be, or your thought process, I should say, wants to be more on a balanced. Like you kind of want to be in the middle of between those because you are insignificant, but at the same time, you're very significant, and everything on this planet is significant and also insignificant depending on your perspective, depending on so many different factors. Our ego wants us to believe that we're better than, worthy of, the best at, and numerous other adjectives that I don't feel like naming at the moment. Um, and while those aren't necessarily wrong to a certain extent, every living thing on this planet is exactly that, and some, including you, and some. And I'm not saying having that outlook on yourself is necessarily a bad thing. It's more of how you express that to the world and to yourself. At the end of the day, ego is not necessarily a negative or a bad thing. It's more or less you getting a better understanding of how it works for you personally and how you express it outwardly. Because our ego is, we have many different versions of it, but it's a protection, a form of protection for us. But we can't go overboard. And I feel like a lot of the time, people tend to feed into that version of the ego, and it can cause a lot of problems to feel that divide because you're pretty much dividing yourself when you do that from other people, other things, or whatever. I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of all over the place with this video, but I had a conversation with a friend of mine earlier today, and I felt like I kind of need to talk about it. So, yeah, if it makes sense, cool beans. If it doesn't, cool beans. It is what it is. But maybe somebody needs to hear this today. I don't know. But I don't know. Hopefully one day we'll all understand that we kind of all need to be, we all are one in this tribal mentality, this division that we've been conditioned to believe is hindering more than anything us as a species. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. So, and if you guys have any additions that you want to add to this conversation, just put it down in the comments. I love hearing other people's perspectives on things. Kind of, helps me to be. I'm a very big picture thinker when it comes to a lot of situations, so I kind of like hearing other people's perspectives, just so I can, have a better understanding of things. So, yeah, if you guys want to add anything, just put it down in the comments. Like and subscribe, obviously. Please, it will help me out. But yeah, I'll see you guys later.